This is the e-learning podcast, episode number 42.
Kloud was created 11 years ago. At the time, I had a vision of future online meeting and future education will be happening both real world, face-to-face, as well as virtual.
Welcome to the e-learning podcast from lmspulse.com. My name's Stephen Laddick, and I'm the director at LMS Pulse. My guest for today is Dr. Tieren Zhou. Terien is the CEO and chief architect of Kloud, an interactive meeting and collaboration platform. Since 2010, Terien has been developing Kloud's patented LiveDoc technology that allows meetings to be conducted in unlimited resolution and high fidelity sound without data streaming. Kloud is a plug-in solution that can be easily integrated with any business software or platform. Tieren has been a leader in the DevOps solution industry for more than 25 years, and Kloud is his latest market solution for enhancing online learning and remote work or team management. In this multi-dimensional conversation, we talk about Tieren's journey in building the technology and the cloud company, including what ultimately inspired him to put the years of time and effort into the project. We also talk about how he thinks the pandemic has shaped the future of education and remote work. We also talk about Terien's thoughts on the biggest trends in the edtech space in 2021 and his predictions for what will happen in this space over the next few years. And then finally, we get a live demonstration of how Kloud's LiveDoc technology works across multiple devices. But before we get started, a quick word from our sponsors.
The e-learning podcast is sponsored by the e-learning Success Summit. Learn from more than 40 experts how to teach, work, and learn online without being overwhelmed. Get your free ticket to the summit at elearningsuccesssummit.com. And lmspulse.com, your best source for news, information, and resources for e-learning professionals for more than 10 years. Get our free roundup of the week's top news at lmspulse.com.
Hello, Terien. Welcome to the e-learning podcast. How are you today?
Morning, Stephen. I'm very good. Thank you.
Excellent. Terien, where do we find you sitting in the world today?
In Palo Alto, in the Bay Area. Very nice weather, sunny.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, in the Bay Area, it's always nice and sunny there, isn't it? I think. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe sometimes it's sweater weather. But we're recording this in the middle of June in 2021 right now. Dr. Tieren, I have, I've explained who you are in the introduction, but why don't you tell us in your own words, give us a little bit of bigger about who you are and your background, just in your own words.
Yeah, I'm Tieren Zhou. I did a PhD in computer science, majoring in artificial intelligence. For the past about 25 years, I have been driving a software company as a founder, entrepreneur. And so my interest is to develop a software that relies on some AI, some software technology for the domain of online meeting and also project management.
Okay, fantastic. Excellent. We know that software to be Kloud, and we're going to be talking a lot about Kloud today. Before we dive into that conversation, I've been asking everyone, just sort of as a time capsule, how's the COVID situation and where you're sitting right now in terms of, are you still in lockdown? Are things opened up? I mean, I know in the Bay Area, things are probably open at this stage. Yes.
Yes. In the Bay Area, lots of traffic now, and used to be very quiet, and driving is getting a bit more traffic. So driving is no longer super quiet, super fast. And we as a company, though, our employees continue to be working from home.
Okay, thank you very much. So I want to talk about Kloud in terms of what this solution has to offer, and why it's important to be bringing these differentiated solutions. So, what about the pandemic? What have you learned over the last 14, 16 months about where education is going, about the future of education? What do you think that we've learned? With this sort of everybody has to go to remote schooling.
Yeah, Kloud, Stephen, was created 11 years ago. At the time, I had a vision of future online meeting and future education will be happening both real world, face-to-face, as well as virtual online meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So because of pandemic, obviously now schools are forced to be going for online meetings. And however, Kloud has a vision of it's not only just pandemic, it's also for post-pandemic as well, meaning Kloud want to enable students, teachers to be teaching even while face-to-face, but still do it in the way of as if online, because Kloud maintain a view that a meeting while face-to-face should be always recorded. And the tool should be used to be more AI driven so that you can know who are the students taking notes at the moment as a teacher you are speaking, and whether or not students are well prepared in case student gets sick, say got cold. They, as a teacher, he or she might prefer the student to be taking lesson from home. So that's what Kloud. So Kloud's vision obviously is very useful for the current situation where due to pandemic at any time, schools might be still forced to be doing lessons online.
I understand. Sure. Okay. And so your vision of the future is that online is here to stay. The hybrid education will continue to be, moving forward. Do you see that the in-room, the in-class experience, the face-to-face experience, will that be taken over more and more in your opinion by an online experience, or do you still see real value in in-person learning?
In-person education is still needed because learning is not about just learning the subjects. Going to school is also about developing the overall ability, social skills, and being happy, enjoy the time with other students. However, just from learning subject point of view, learning online could be obviously more productive. You have more time, better time usage. And also online meeting, to me, from kind of AI point of view, created the real possibility of adaptive learning, meaning 45 minutes of meeting lesson time. Student ought to learn the subject far beyond what a teacher can possibly cover with the limited time. So that is why kind of online meeting, when it's done the right way or the future technology way, adaptive learning become more effective. And obviously, face-to-face and when the students are waiting in the class, I think it offers a lot of advantage as well. But overall, I think the best way will be hybrid.
All right, thank you. What what inspired you to build a product 11 years ago? What was there a moment? Was there an aha moment that you had? Was there a particular meeting that you came out of and you're like, this is terrible, we need to do it a different way? Was I don't know if you have children, like were your kids going to class and you said, no, this has to be done a different way? Like what was the inspiration behind taking on, building out one of these platforms?
Yeah, that's a great question, Stephen. 11 years ago, due to multiple reasons, it helped me to create a pattern, a LiveDoc pattern. So first of all, I was driving my previous company called Tech Excel for project management software innovations. We were ranked a very high to be co-number one ranked position for innovative project management software with IBM, actually. So I, being a person of majoring in AI and software engineering, one of my kind of persistent driving is to finding ways of making software to be better. So I concluded in order to make project management software to be the next level, it's not about workflow. It's not about automations. Actually, it's about connecting the project team members to be able to understand each other.
Oh.
The best way to enable team members to understand each other better at the time or even now is actually face-to-face discussions. When face-to-face discussions is not possible, online meeting is about the only way. However, online meeting is not the best way as of now in terms of mind sharing of communication. So you deep understand your colleagues' idea better, because online meeting heavily rely on screen sharing. When you do the screen share to share a document, for example, while discussing the document, the best way you can do is whiteboarding. However, whiteboarding as well as the document being screen shared become a recorded video. The recorded video itself cannot be reopened to be modified, to modify the document. So meaning your mind sharing process using online meeting is a disruptive process. So I came up with the Kloud idea, do the online meeting without using the screen sharing. Instead, using the document, live document, let the document to be distributed to the worldwide, to any meeting attendees. While you are sharing the document, you are doing the live document annotations like the whiteboarding, except it's not being recorded as a video. It continues to be a live document. In other words, a live doc or Kloud meeting is always live. You can always continue to improve the expression of any document. And that becomes especially useful for education, because education is about learning. Often it needs you to read document, understand the document, so Kloud meeting provides, number one, unlimited resolutions without the bandwidth needed. So the data streaming or video streaming is no longer needed, because Kloud relies on its own network called Dynamic Content Distribution Network, DCDN. So the online meeting becomes unlimited resolution. And also the audio quality with Kloud is professional audio quality. For music learning, for example, it provides a different way. It makes you both the video as well as the audio to be unlimited resolution, hi-fi. So you got a professional recording as part of the Kloud meeting. Yeah.
So give me, juxtapose this for me, or give me a comparison. Obviously, everyone listening to this is, familiar with Google Suite. They're familiar with, the Microsoft suite of products that are online right now. How is the LiveDoc? How are you positioning it differently from, let's just say, a typical Google Doc, or, a Word doc that's online right now that you can share with OneDrive or something like that?
Yeah. So I'll continue with the Kloud vision.
Sure.
So in my view, an ideal meeting or online lesson or hybrid lesson would be, you might have a pen. This is a Kloud pen. you might have the notebook as a teacher or as a student. It'll be nice when you write the pen. It's your whiteboarding functions. So Kloud delivers the content like this. When you write, the content goes to any of the meeting participants.
Mm-hmm.
In a lesson, while a teacher might be presenting a topic of math or music, it might be a voice lesson, music lesson. And Kloud enable you to distribute whatever the math, PowerPoint, or Word document, or whatever you're driving or you're writing to solve a math problem. It will be sent out to up to 10,000 of devices. It could be browser, it could be TV, it could be a phone. So using Kloud, what you see on the phone is also what you see on the TV. So if I switch my camera to the other camera, you will see Kloud has the ability of outputting whatever content to the TV and to the phone, because there is as you see, the TV is synchronized with what I'm operating on my browser.
So right now you are working on your browser. You are sharing that screen, or that's a LiveDoc.
I'm working on the browser.
Okay.
That's a LiveDoc concept. So let me kind of switch. Obviously, we are using Zoom meeting to show off what Kloud can do, which is like we're not doing Kloud a favor by doing so. However, as you can see, the Kloud way will be more natural because there's no screen sharing needed. You just operate on the phone or on the TV, or on the browser. All the contents are synchronized. So imagine in a classroom, you have 20 kids, and you might have, some kids from home. Hopefully, they are using a phone or using a TV, attending the lesson. And then imagine with the Kloud way versus the Zoom way. The Zoom way is only a screen share, but don't forget, Kloud way is a live document. You can be holding a phone to be teaching or to be learning. As you move the page on the phone, note the TV is changing. So now I'm operating. Earlier, I was operating on the browser. Now I'm operating on the phone. So I show you, I switched the webcam to let you see the two TVs. Now you notice I can be using a phone. Imagine 20 students, one teacher. If the teacher made the lesson to be fully interactive, now the kids can be using the TV to do whatever. I am just showing the phone to draw lines. As you can see, the TV is following. So imagine the fully interactive meeting, whether it's a music lesson or it's math lessons, all the kids could be enjoying this kind of operation without the limitation of screen sharing. Meaning, as a screen sharing, the most you can do is me as a teacher, I'm sharing the screen, and enable others people to be doing whiteboarding. Kloud change it. Kloud let every device to be an interactive device. The reason is due to its DCDN technology.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So where is this at in development? Is this already on the market? Can people go and buy it? Could companies come or schools come and sign up for a subscription, or where are you at in the release cycle?
Yeah, we are in a beta 2. We have a few schools already evaluating as well as using the product for real. We have some training organizations using Kloud for training purpose. And so from the Kloud.com, that Kloud with a letter K, Kloud.com, people can try the software, register as a personal user, then further create a company account or school account to test run the Kloud software. It's a SaaS platform, and Cloud Vision in the future, actually, it's also an open API platform. So online meeting or school functions can be actually not only rely on the out-of-box solutions of Cloud, but can be customized and personalized and also integrated into existing software and
brand. I assume that means branded as well, right? So you could.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you can self-brand it if represent your school's website image or color theme, and more importantly, with the open API, my vision is online meeting will be one day become not as a tool like Zoom, GoToMeeting, WebEx, instead as a function. I think Cloud should be behind other business software. Cloud will provide wonderful online meeting functions, the live document functions, but Cloud does not need to be open field from the Cloud platform. Instead, Cloud as a meeting function should happen inside your Salesforce.com, inside your HR system, inside your ERP system. And it could be from your Word document, Google Doc, because to me, online meeting is a link, should be plugged into your software and become part of your process. And to view online meeting as a silo platform, a standalone product, actually, from AI future-looking viewpoint, I believe that's a wrong approach, actually.
Can I ask you to flip your camera back to yourself so we can see you? Just it's nicer to talk to you rather than the screen.
Oh, sorry for that.
So it's kind of really interesting. I think that you may have really had for me, I had an aha moment. So I think LiveDoc might be a limiter in terms of what the thinking is in pounds, in terms of what the possibilities are. This is really a platform as you're seeing it. Cloud is it's an underlying technology that allows for, basically using any other application on top of it. Am I getting that correct?
Yeah, the reason when online meeting is delivered the Cloud way, obviously Cloud also support screen sharing. However, using Cloud, a lesson mainly consists of live document along with its animations. And it's delivered with unlimited resolution, far more impressive, professional looking with professional audio quality. However, it's all about the document become dynamically distributed. And so as a result, meeting become part of a document. All the online meeting or offline discussions or the learning behavior of a student become recorded associated with the document. But document, Stephen, really is the best way to be plugged into any other software. Because as long as you are learning, you might be using Google Doc. You might be using Canva, Sketch, Photoshop. If you are already looking at the document and your online meeting become a function of your document, that is why I believe Kloud, as of now, is a platform. But the success of Kloud, I think one day will make the Kloud platform to be a hero behind the theme, because people will be continue to use whatever the math textbook, whatever the arts textbook, or whatever the software or engineering topics people are learning. But without being aware they are doing online meeting, so-called online meeting is a function that is a link, a component of whatever software, whatever document systems people are using, or students are learning, or teachers are teaching with.
What type of feedback have you gotten from you said you're in beta 2 right now. What type of feedback have you received from your user groups and the organizations that are using it right now? Have there been any left turns, as I like to say, where it's like, whoops, that we needed to either add that feature, or this feature that you had, nobody used it? What kind of challenges have you seen thus far in terms of adoption with the groups that you're using right now?
We did a few events, and first of all, it's something you have to, once people experience an online meeting using Kloud, they will see for the first time that an online meeting from a remote user got to see a result of unlimited resolution. When people turn on the TV and as a meeting remotely, they see a music sheet in a 4K resolution on the TV. They hear the music in the quality of professional publishing quality. That's astonishing. Most of my users will say, I want to try it right away.
Okay.
We conducted a few online meetings for graduation. The graduation is almost sounded like a professional quality concert. When you run the talent show of the student, the guest speakers, and then you allow the student to go on stage to get the diploma, the experience it just feels like you're watching a 4K movie. That's very motivating. Some of the customers just got so motivated. We want to test it. We want to run our next event using Kloud, even though it's in the beta 2. So a lot's excitement for us. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Awesome. We have a few more minutes here. I guess I'm really interested to know, where do you see, the trend of ed tech and meeting tech? I guess it's really, I don't want to limit this to just sort of the education space, right? This is project management. This is this is collaboration. Where do you see things happening in the next? Do you see huge leaps happening in the next 6 months, or what's your 2 to 3 year vision of what expectations will be out there and what's coming to market?
Yeah, my expectation is the following. Obviously, Kloud changed the way of online meeting, because Kloud provides unlimited resolution without video streaming most of the time, and it pretty much removed the need of screen sharing as a vehicle of sharing information, whether it's for meeting or for learning purpose. And so the market we are driving is for the corporate training and a corporate online meeting. We would like to provide the Kloud breakout features along with the professional audio unlimited resolution video capability of cloud to enable companies to do user conference. We also want to enable schools to do online graduation, but online graduation will not happen. The need is for next May, not at the moment.
Sure.
So instead, we'll be providing the new student commencement processes, the job fair, because the breakout using Zoom, GoToMeeting, WebEx give you the flexibility of different groups sharing their information, but information sharing primarily, Stephen, is via screen sharing. Imagine the cloud breakout is live document based. That means the breakout, when it happened, the content could be pre-populated. So the content for Room 1 for a new student onboarding process could be, it's a club for music versus the breakout Room 2 contains different set of documents. So all of a sudden, breakout or online user conference by different vendors become so real. You start to kind of wonder, will the future user conference be conducted online better or real time, real world, face to face? Which way is better? You have to kind of experience to see. However, it's not easy for me to do a screen sharing to show. Maybe I should try it. You want me to try it?
No, I think actually what I think would be best is that we invite people to come and check out Kloud.com. I think that's the best way to, really at the end of the day, as you said, individuals can come to Kloud.com, they can set up a personal account and actually experience this for themselves rather than trying to actually do exactly what you said, do Kloud a disservice and do a screen sharing here. I think that's really the best idea. Yeah. Dr. Tieren, I just kind of want to wrap this in a bow. What, beyond going to Kloud.com, Kloud.com, and setting up a personal account, what's a next step that anybody who's listening to this can take in order to learn more about the platform, get informed about when you're going to be releasing, et cetera, et cetera? What are those next steps they can take?
Visit the website. Also join us on the June the 23rd for a summit. We are doing a workshop for e-learning, virtual learning experience using cloud. So in the event, if people can join us, we will not only having myself, also a professor speaking about a university who just went for online learning as the main form of their next year's courses, and also to participate the cloud workshop. So we're going to have the cloud meeting and the cloud lesson to be fully interactive. So anybody joining the next workshop session on the June 15th via the e-learning platform, I think we'll experience the cloud capabilities.
Awesome. Dr. Tieren, I thank you very much for your time today. This has been an interesting conversation about a new platform that sounds like it has the ability to, make a real difference and, really change the paradigm of both online learning as well as sort of team collaboration and remote working. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Stephen. I enjoyed meeting with you.
Thanks again for tuning into today's episode of the e-learning podcast. If you like what you've learned today in this episode, I encourage you to either follow us or subscribe to us on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. And please do share this episode with one or two of your colleagues or friends. Also, I just want to remind you that you can level up your online learning game with all of the information that's available at the eLearning Success Summit. You can get your free ticket at elearningsuccesssummit.com. And finally, You can also stay up to date on everything that's important, all the news and the resources for e-learning professionals at lmspulse.com. Get our free newsletter by just going to lmspulse.com today. Thanks again.